Well, now let's shift to the economy. Tax reform bills have gone through public hearing already. It has been passed at the House of Reps level. Do you think they can pass this? Can it be assented to this year, so that the country can begin to reap from the benefits of this bill, and that is in terms of revenue generation?
Definitely. I believe that the tax reform bill, one, is an executive bill, meaning that it's coming from the executive arm of government. So it being assented to shouldn't be naturally a problem, because it's just like returning to the man that brought it. Going further, I want to really appreciate our president. I've actually, and I will continue to describe him as a man that thinks outside the box. When he came on board, his economic policies shows a leader that is out to make the difference. The removal of subsidy and this tax reform is one of the giant strides of his towards reviving our country economically. And in summary, this tax reform bill will, as a matter of fact, overhaul our tax system and strengthen the tax system. And when the tax system is strengthened, our economy is also strengthened. So it's a welcome development, and I believe that Mr. President will assent to it. And when that happens, Nigerians will start seeing the benefits of this tax reform, which include shifting the tax burden from the poor and placing it on the bourgeoisie, streamlining the tax system. As it stands today, there are so many multiple taxation on one subject matter. So this tax bill intends to address all those things and harmonize the tax system and bring it to a barest minimum, where Nigerians can happily pay their taxes. And as you are paying your taxes, you'll be seeing the result on the road, you'll be seeing the result in the power, you'll be seeing the result in all the aspect of amenities that Nigerians expect from government. Because our problem, I must tell you, is that we depend solely on oil before now. So it is President Tinubu that is saying no. No successful businessman does one business, and no successful nation grows with one source of revenue. So, for example, if the prices of oil goes down in the international market, it means that we go borrowing. Let's think towards other ways of generating revenue for government. That is the only way the economy can bounce. There is no miracle. There is no special person that will do it. It's only when we take special steps like Tinubu is taking now to revive the economy that Nigeria can bounce back as giant of Africa. So I must give it to President Tinubu, and that is why Nigerians are clamoring that he should come again 2027, because for the very first time we can see a president that is determined. For the very first time we can see somebody who is not just sitting as president, but somebody who wants to write his name in gold, because anybody that revives our economy to a point we can have enough resources to provide for Nigerians, that person's name will be written in the minds of Nigerians, and that is President Tinubu. And that is why everybody is coming to APC. Without going political, you can see some governors joining APC because they have realized that this man means well for Nigeria, and facts, they say, speak for itself.
Now, facts speaks for itself.
Let me just come in here with this quick follow-up question. You said that the pressure will shift from the poor to the bourgeoisie. But let's not forget that these bourgeoisie that we're talking about, they're the ones that own the businesses, that run the economy and all that. How are you sure that when this tax pressure comes on them, it will not still boil down to the poor, who are the major consumers?
It will not, because it's going to be moderate and considerate. It can't be in a way that it will be a burden on their business so that they'll be looking for the poor to dump it. No. What we mean is that some essential services like education, agriculture, some things that the poor consumes will be free, will be tax-free. That is what we're talking about. But if you want to buy a Lexus Jeep, you don't understand, you have to pay more VAT because you have the money. So the more you have, the more you pay. The less you have, the less you pay. That is what the tax reform is all about, and that is the way it is done elsewhere. Okay. We are talking of how it is done elsewhere. If Nigeria, you can go to America and say America is a perfect system. What was the steps taken towards that perfect system? So we have to look at those steps taken, and we have to imitate them. If I'm a lawyer and I want to be a lawyer, I will go to law school. and they call to back. No be so? So if we want Nigeria to be great, it's not by political propaganda, it's not by critics, it's by coming up with tangible economic policies that when we do this, we see this.
Still talking about this tax reform, definitely it's a game changer. It's one way to grow the economy and one way also to grow these respective regions. But also another critical factor that the Senate should also consider is electricity, rising bills. We just talked about the roadmap to electricity. The federal government just talked about the roadmap. And on one end, there's a talk that federal government can no longer bear the burden of the subsidies. So cost of electricity may increase. Now, if you look at the nucleus of every economy, it is the small and medium businesses. If you increase the rates at which people get electricity, you're going to either get them out of business or it's going to increase their cost of production. So at the end of the day, the tax reform that you've introduced, the electricity bill is taken away, the money from another side. So how do you intend to reconcile all these differences and ensure that your objective for the tax reform is achieved?
Well, it goes without saying that energy is basic for every business to thrive. And you can also remember that when the first step was taken to increase the electricity tariff, the Senate, I personally opposed it. What happened thereafter is what we are going to look into. So, but be assured, and I want to assure Nigerians that we as a parliament cannot fold our hands for their interest to be jeopardized in that respect. We are going to speak for them. We are going to engage with that energy sector from time to time. I think very soon we are going to invite the Minister of Power to address the Parliament on that, what Nigeria should expect, all geared towards reducing the cost of power. That is the only way, I agree with you, that business can grow. Because if, example, a man doing tailoring cannot pay his electricity bills, there's no how his business will flourish. So we are going to look for a way to bring those costs down and to encourage Nigerians and even other small business to start up. We are going to do that.
Well, now that the National Assembly is resuming and senators are returning back to the chamber, you know that before they went on the break, there was a lot of drama, and that had a lot of impact on the Senate's image, especially in the public domain. How is the Senate working to redeem its public image, and win back the trust of Nigerians?
I disagree with you that our image was tampered with. Our image is intact. Except that from time to time we can experience distraction, just like you as a person. You can have some distraction from friends and family members. So National Assembly, particularly Senate, being the highest lawmaking body, is standing with the current administration. And I must tell you, this didn't go down well with some opposition leaders. And that is why they were throwing stones on us, just to distract us. But we are focused to serve Nigerians. Even in the midst of those distractions, we have been doing our job, passing relevant laws, formulating policies, engaging on other national assignments. So we're not distracted, and our image is intact. But one thing is clear, Nigerians should try to be patriotic. Nigerians should try to, at times, fail to be gullible. We should try to look at the truth before we respond to issues. If I say that if I call somebody a thief, don't join the person, call the person a thief. Try to find out what the accused person have stolen before you can join the person to call that person a thief. But in Nigeria, you can say somebody is a thief, so say, yeah, he's a thief, without investigating to know whether actually that person is a thief. So it's a very bad habit, and I think that patriotic Nigerians should desist from that. Let us always look at facts before we speak, before we comment on it. So the Senate is focused. The Senate's image is intact. Of course, we have no problem with anybody. Those that we had issues with, particularly our members, have been dealt with in line with our rules and regulations, which we shouldn't discuss this time around because we've put them behind us.
Oh, well, must thank you so much for your time with us, Senator Nwebonyi. It's always a delight speaking with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well, we look forward to our lawmakers, going back to the business of legislation, lawmaking,